How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite wake baits. We fish these a lot nighttime and daytime. They work both, dark and light. And that's the MS Slammer. You see I have a 12-inch here that needs a new tail, but a couple different sizes here. We got the 12, the 9, and the 7 present today. My favorite's the 9. You guys have heard me talk about the Slammers a little bit so far. I got a 7 here that's just starting to get kind of broke in. Got a rat tail on it because I need to get another tail for that one too. Anyways, Slammer's super good bait. Daytime, my favorite thing is just a standard waking retrieve. Really productive baits. If I'm fishing smallmouth or spotted bass on points and stuff, I really like to cast it up on points and just really click it. If you do kind of like a really erratic short jerk without moving the bait a lot on a horizontal plane, you can get a really good almost stationary walking action, which for me is really productive. Another way I get bit really good with these baits, even though they're not the most realistic baits ever, is just dead sticking them. Fish just love the Slammer. I don't know what it is about it, but super productive baits. I'll fish the 7 a lot in the daytime. At nighttime I fish the 9 a lot more often than any other, just because it's got a little bit more presence. We catch a lot of fish on these, fishing shade lines even at nighttime. Which may catch some of you by surprise, fishing those inside shade lines, but for some reason topwater fish really like to get on those. So that's one thing we like to do. We'll cast them up to the bank a lot of times and dead stick them and catch some big fish. Of course, the standard wake and then popping also works at nighttime also. All I really do to these baits outside the box is typically I get them, unpackage them, put on some new split rings, new hooks. This one's got ST36s, the 7 has quad hook on it, and the 12 has 36s also. I really like the ST36s. I don't know, just they're a thin, sharp hook, good penetration. So it's kind of like, it's a very productive hook to actually hook fish. My buddy uses 66s, but I usually stick to the 36s. They work plenty good. Anyway, so that's the MS Slammer. It's really good bait, daytime and nighttime. Don't underestimate it. I've told probably half a dozen of my close friends how productive this bait is, and almost every single one of them at first doubted me. But it really is a good bait. It gets bit like crazy. You guys have seen Southern Trout Eaters and stuff, Matt Peters, just crushing them on the MS Slammer, and I've done it over here in Oregon, and you guys can do it anywhere else you are in the country. Most productive topwater I've ever fished, big bait or little bait. I don't know what it is about the Slammer, but really productive bait. As far as the sound goes, I'd almost say it has kind of like a electric type sound in the water, which is interesting. Another cool thing you can do with most Slammers is you can crank them down to 3 to 5 feet, which is also really productive. So this week's tip is try the MS Slammer if you haven't. If you're into big swim baits or want to get into big swim baits, it's one of the most user-friendly swim baits I've ever used. It just flat gets bit day and night. So check them out, fish them at night, maybe on some shade lines and stuff like that. Wake them, pop them, slow roll them, crank them down, do whatever you got to do. They get bit, be sure to check them out. Thanks, guys.